Libra, what up, though, family? And welcome to Swimming Through the Void. This will be a general message today for the sign of Libra, wherever that resonates at for you in your birth chart. Keep in mind, we all have a seventh house as part of our birth charts, and we all deal with Libra energy to some degree in our realities. Time and energy are fluid as well. So take what resonates here today in this message, leave the rest for someone else. And these messages are timeless. So whenever you find yourself here, whenever you stumble across this message, there will be something here for you to help bring you clarity and confirmation, to help empower you. And ultimately, these messages, these readings are intended to help bring us into alignment with our highest selves, with our highest timelines, with our best lives. Tapping into the energy, I usually like to grab a couple oracle decks, pull a few cards just to kind of catch the vibe and see what Spirit's wanting to bring through in your message. I used the Moonology oracle deck along with the Shaman's Dream today, and quite a few cards came out of each. So let's just run through these cards and we'll kind of break it down as it comes through, starting with the Moonology. The first card to come through for you is this full moon in Aries energy. And I feel like all the signs have been getting this energy in their kind of like pre-game. This is full moon in Aries. It says a fiery climax approaches. Then we got the new moon in Sag. Luck is on your side. That was followed by the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then the new moon in Cap, which says your hard work, Libra, is paying off. Jumping down to the Shaman's Dream, this is where things went a little haywire. A bunch of cards came out. The first card to come through for you in the Shaman's Dream was the Sky Dancers card here, and this is all about surrender. Then we got the Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Then we got the Root Girl, which is all about the disowned self. We got Stars in the Sky with limitless possibility. And the last card to come through in the Shaman's Dream was the Covenant, which is all about sacred contracts. Now, y'all know, if you've been with me for a minute, that I like to take the bottom cards, the ones that are facing up on the bottoms of the deck, as kind of like an underlying vibe for this energy here. In the Shaman's Dream, you got the first breath. I believe it's called Beginner's Mind. And then you got the Cardinal Moon on the bottom of the Moonology deck, and this says be bold and make the first move. So we have a lot here, as you can see. Every sign, I feel like, has been getting this full moon in Aries energy coming through, and I feel this really has a lot to do with the eclipses. We just had this lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. We're moving closer and closer to this solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. So there is a lot of energy at play right now. I'm just going to pull up the transits so we have them here. We have Mercury and Venus both retrograding in the sign of Aries, making their way back toward Pisces right now. We have the eclipses. On the 29th of March, we have the eclipse in Aries, and then the very next day, March 30th, we have the planet Neptune moving from the sign of Pisces, where it's been for some years now, into the sign of Aries. So this is the reason I'm saying all of that, is because this is very fitting for that energy. It's like there is a lot of energies at play right now, and things can feel a bit intense. But with that said, the next card coming through, the new moon in Sag, luck is on your side. Your dreams need a practical plan, and your hard work is paying off. With the first breath card on the bottom, beginner's mind, what it feels like is that there's a lot of clearing going on right now. So this could be manifesting in just feeling, a lot internally and a lot going on externally. And I think the divine is really calling us to take some sort of leap, to take some action, to speak our truth, to get something off of our chest, to really give ourselves this time to kind of get in that huddle with the divine and work through any internal blockages, traumas, pains, hurts, or anything from the past that may be taking up space within our aura vibrationally, so to speak. So that way, when we do move through this portal, we are in our newest and truest form, and we're able to kind of manifest, our best life moving forward. Especially because you got stars in the sky with limitless possibility. And this covenant, sacred contract, I feel that there's a lot of karmic contracts under review right now. So friendships, relationships, partnerships, even things like your career, your work, your living situation. I feel like all of these things are kind of under review, especially with Mercury and Venus both being retrograde. And I feel this is really a time to clear and close old contracts so that way we can move into these new ones. So I hope that makes sense. With this cardinal moon, again, I feel we're being guided to do something new, to do something different, to take that action. It's going to look different for everyone, but regardless of how that resonates and is manifesting for you, the divine's like, yo, we got you. With the train out back for confirmation, the divine's really coming through like, yo, listen up, we got you, we're here with you. Start getting that game plan together, get with us, take a walk out in nature, do some meditation, go for a run, do whatever, do some artwork, do whatever it is you do that can kind of bring you into that flow state to where you are communicating with the divine and your answers are coming. And I think ultimately surrendering to this energy that is playing out is going to be the ticket in order for us to have this smooth transition as these dust devils are kicking up and as things are getting a bit chaotic. So there's some deep healing happening right now. This could be deep healing within yourself and very much personal, but it can also be a lot of healing within relationships, a lot of healing when it comes to your own spiritual connection and the way you connect and your beliefs and your belief systems and how you incorporate that in your day-to-day, with this North Node being in Pisces and the South Node being in Virgo. So Libra, this feels like it's going to be a big message. We have the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck as I pick it up. So this is all about where we're putting our energy, where we're putting our attention, where we're putting our resources. I am going to say a quick prayer as usual. Feel free to join me, and then we will dive right into this message. I'm going to start with the double major to grab a theme of today's message for you, and we may grab a couple of these zodiac cards as well. And I apologize if I feel a little bit slow motion today. I very much am. It's kind of a rainy, gloomy day, and I kind of shift and change with the weather. So on days like this, I'm just kind of slow motion. I'm moving slow. So I'm sorry, I guess. Not really. I'm just chilling. You may need to speed this one up though. Holy Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, messages for my Libras today, for their highest good. Anything Libra needs to hear or know, any messages that will bring the family clarity and confirmation, healing, wisdom, understanding, any messages that will empower Libra and help the collective align with the highest divine will for their journeys. Any messages that will help bring us into alignment with our best lives. Any messages that will bring confirmation to the collective for what they're already feeling and knowing. All praise and glory to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Ashe. Yeah, the Divine's saying they're working with you right now through this portal, okay? So what's the theme of Libra's message today, please, Spirit? What's the theme? Wow, Spirit wanted to throw a few out. Justice on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we have. Wow, the Fool and the Hermit with the Queen of Cups. So yeah, it feels like things can be a bit emotional right now. The emotions could be a bit all over the place. This also lets me know, Libra, that you are getting more in touch with yourself, with your emotions, with your intuition, with your guides, your angels, your ancestors. And there's just this feeling here overall that your guides, the divine, your ancestors, are like surrounding you and really helping you to navigate this energy in order to bring energetic balance, right? Just like we have this covenant with sacred contract, I feel that some contracts are through, they're over, they're done, and you're kind of clearing those energies. And with that being said as well, the divine is also sending new people, new contracts across, along your path that are going to play a big role in this next chapter of your journey, especially because we have the Hermit and the Fool. The Hermit is number 9, major arcana, 9, representing endings, right? And as I'm recording this, we're in 2025, which is a 9 year as well. 2 + 2 + 5 carries the vibration of a 9, numerologically speaking. So that's very fitting that we're kind of closing the doors on old situations and chapters. The karmic and energetic slate is being wiped clean. Now we're able to stand atop this mountain, overlook the entire path that we've taken to get here, and really look over the horizon and say, okay, what's next? Divine, I trust you. This is about packing lightly, and it is about communicating with your guides and saying, okay, what's the next step, and taking that next step as we're guided. So the Fool is the very first card of the tarot, another major arcana, letting us know that Libra is moving into a brand new adventure, a new chapter of your journey. You may also be called to kind of pull in to your own energy, to kind of do some hermiting at this time, to disconnect from the world a little bit, to maybe disconnect from social media, to really just spend some you time, so that way you can hear your guides and you see the signs and synchronicities. There is this deep underlying energy of trusting and following your intuition here, and also staying grounded, as I do feel emotions can be a bit all over the place with these eclipses and everything. Okay, so, oh yeah, let's grab a couple zodiac. These are so awkward. Trying to shuffle. Damn, yeah, some of you are dealing with some deep stuff right now. Some deep wounding. For some of you, this has to do with, like, the divine feminine or a mother figure, possibly a grandmother figure, possibly even your own motherhood or something like that. Some of you are working through loss as well. For those of you that have just lost somebody, my condolences. I'm seeing that energy come through as well. Maybe that's why there's such a heavy, like, ancestral presence here in your energy today. Also mourning the loss of this old version of yourself as well. As Libra, it feels like you've come so far. You know, the Hermit has made it up the entire mountain and is now standing there a different person, right? More wise and more able and ready to take on the next mountain, so to speak, this new adventure. Okay, so What's up with Libra? Please, Spirit. Damn, these are so awkward to try to shuffle. Thank you. We have supermoon energy out here, which is very intense. Again, emotions on high. For some of you, you're dealing with relationship stuff for sure. So whether this is romantic or not, I see that out here. Seeing love being a thing. And I'm also seeing, for some of you, like maybe shifts and changes when it comes to career. Maybe this is just also a complete reinvention of yourself to where the world doesn't even recognize you, so to speak. So for those of you that are changing and shifting careers, it really looks like you're being guided to do so. The divine is asking you to tap in with all things beautiful, to release what you need to release right now, and regardless of how that looks for you, I always recommend breath work because that can really help to move stagnant energies within you. If you find that you tap in with the Wim Hof method and you're sitting there doing that deep breathing, you might all of a sudden literally just have a huge emotional release, or even sometimes it comes through as like shaking or jitters or yawning, or your eyes tearing up. It feels like there's some energy that wants to be moved right now. Some of you are attracting new relationships though. All right, so let's see what it is. What's going on with Libra right now? The Wheel of Fortune. What's Libra's energy, please, Spirit? Yeah. You're leaving an old world. You got the Hermit again with the Eight of Cups, Three of Wands. So you are releasing. You're walking away. For some of you, you're walking away from a relationship. For some of you, you're walking away from a career or a job. For some of you, you are moving houses. For some of you, you're leaving behind old toxic family dynamics. I think generally speaking, the divine is saying, Libra, there is an opportunity here for a new start, to move in a new direction. And this is where we just kind of get ourselves together. We do the healing work. We do the releasing. We tap in with spirit and really think about what our future is going to look like. In the Three of Wands, this is the energy of having already put the order in at Amazon, and now we're kind of waiting for it to arrive at our door. So there's this energy of not only optimism, but having this inner knowing, Libra, that whatever seeds you plant, whatever conversation you're having with the divine right now is going to come to fruition. It's really just about anchoring into that surety, into that, faith the size of a mustard seed, so to speak. So there's some deep healing happening, but this is in order for you to align with what is truly for you. The star could be a wish fulfillment. It could be a dream come true. The star could be you stepping into this more authentic version of yourself and letting your light shine and sharing your story, or really just it's like authentically you and shining bright unapologetically here after everything you've been through. I feel like Libra had to leave a lot behind that they had a lot invested in, which is never easy, but it's made you wiser. It's made you stronger, right? And now you're able to take this light and illuminate the path for others. And that can look different for everyone. It doesn't mean that you have to be, standing on the rooftops telling everybody what happened, but it's like now that you've made it to this spot internally, you are carrying a different frequency, and that can be of benefit and help others on their journeys. New me, who dis? Libra's ready to move into their new life, into their abundance, into true love. I think anything that was eclipsing your blessings or eclipsing you from, moving forward like this and shining your light has been shown to you, especially through these retrogrades. So I think you're seeing a lot. I think you're gaining clarity, and I think you're going to be moving accordingly. So let's see what energies are crossing you. Aquarius energy out here, Virgo energy, Jupiter energy, Aries energy, heavy on the Virgo. Maybe some of you have those, in your own chart, or you're dealing with those signs. What energies are crossing? Yep. So Sun on the bottom of the deck. Libra, the crossing energies right now. Remember, we saw that Six of Pence at the beginning. It came out in the crossing energies. So the divine really is asking you, Libra, where, what, and who are you giving your energy to? What are you pouring your precious energy, your resources, your time, your attention, your love into right now? And you also got with it the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles with the Hierophant in reverse. So this feels like a complete reinvention. It's like, Libra, I am no longer pouring into this timeline of fear. I'm no longer pouring into this life that feels like a nightmare. I am no longer going to give my anxiety and fear goblins all of my attention and let it bring me into this energy of the Nine of Swords. I am breaking tradition. I am doing things differently. I am building a new world. So that means we're doing things differently. We're thinking differently. We're spending our time, our energy, and our resources differently. And we're allocating our resources toward something that is going to grow, something that is going to bring some type of reward. So whatever it is you're building, really in this crossing energy, the divine is saying, water what is growing. Maybe also it's a time to do a little bit of weeding in your garden. Anything that isn't growing, this is where we pull our energy from that person who drains us. This is where we pull our energy from those people that take advantage of us. This is where we pull our energy from the relationships and the people and the situations that don't see our worth, right? And we start doing what we need to do for us. Taurus energy. Some of you are pulling your energy away from like a marriage. Some of you already have, and you're just kind of setting yourself free from that energy. But again, for some of you, this could be a career. It could be some type of family situation or dynamic. And I think this is where Libra's saying, no more. I need to put my energy over here because I got shit to do, pretty much. So where's this energy stemming from? Please, Spirit, for Libra. We got Eight of Wands. We did get the Sun. We got the Magician and the Devil. One more. Three of Swords. Wow. So here in the root cause of the energy, Ace of Swords on the bottom, this is where I ask Spirit, why, on a deeper level, on an energetic level, on a soul level, on a spiritual level, why is this energy playing out for Libra, and what does it mean? Well, we got the Three of Swords, the Devil, and the Eight of Wands. So whatever this was, this toxic person, this toxic relationship, this bad habit or addiction, this toxic family situation, this job that was not giving you anything and taking everything from you, whatever it was or is that is causing this hurt, that is causing this pain, that is causing you to feel stuck, bound, held down, weighed down, you are moving on. You are moving forward. You're moving away from it. And Magician, Sun, you are creating the life that you came here, Libra, to create. We all have something in our hearts. Like if I was to ask you, Libra, when you get a second, when you can go find 5-10 minutes of alone time, go into a space, create a little sacred space, light a candle, and ask yourself, what did I really come here to create and do? And then you open yourself up to the divine, to Spirit, and say, help me get this answer. Hit me with it, right? Whatever that may be, whatever brings you joy, whatever you came here to create, you are very much on your way to doing that now. And with the Magician out here in the sun, positive attitudes, positive thinking, positive affirmations. Where attention goes, energy flows, Libra. It is so important right now that you continue grinding and focusing on what you're building and what is working, what brings you happiness. What is this star? What is this wish fulfillment to you, Libra? What does alignment look like for you internally and externally? That relationship, that job, that career, that home, whatever that vision is. Seven of Pentacles, it's time to water those seeds. It's time to get with spirit and one foot in front of the other. Take the steps that you're being guided to take as you're being guided to take them. And so it is. I think a lot of you are gaining this clarity. It to me, this feels like a whole life overview. It feels like Libras are really like everything is starting to click. Everything is starting to make sense. The way that relationships play out, the way that these family dynamics play out, the way that these relationships at work play out. It's like everything is starting to click for you, and you are taking this clarity and saying, okay, you know what? I know what to do to create the life that I want to live, right? Wow. I didn't realize on the floor, though, we had this card from that Zodiac deck, and it's Vesta. Inner spark, sacrifice, and devotion. You had that surrender card as well with the Sky Dancers. To me, Libra, this is all about you surrendering to your truth. Surrendering to that inner spark of divinity within you and moving accordingly. I think you're being guided to maybe take a leap. I think some of you are being guided to speak your truth, to get something off your chest. I think some of you are being guided to cut someone off. I think some of you are being guided to really dive deep into your own shadows and see what treasure you can find there, to heal, to understand, to integrate, to let go, to clear, so you can ultimately shift and transform into this new energy. Magician in the sun, though, whatever it is, it looks like it's about to be a sure thing, and it looks like you have the cosmos, the divine, on your side, at your service at this time. And as I said that, some of you are being called to be of service to the divine. But there's doubts on like, well, how am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? What about this? What about that? The divine's like, yo, luck is on your side. We are on your side. Every bit of work that you put in is going to come back. It's going to pay off tenfold. It's going to pay out tenfold. Just make sure you are getting with the divine and getting that game plan together. Some of you may be seeing angel number 234. Some of you may be seeing 333. 1111 as I first tapped into your energy today, Libra. Justice being number 11 as well. So there's kind of confirmation for that. Let's see what else we have. We have 6s and 7s as well. Some of you may be seeing 666, 777. Drop it down in the comments below. Let me know what synchronicities and what numbers have been popping up for you lately. And what is this, Libra? Let me know down in the comments. What is this root girl? What is this disowned self that is finally emerging? And I think you're going to find, Libra, that this disowned part of yourself, this quote-unquote shadow part of yourself, this part of yourself that always had to get put on the back burner, that is actually your superpower. That is actually your superpower. That is your power, I think, by tapping into this deep, kind of scary, intimidating stuff, right? When diving into them shadows is never easy. It's never something we just want to cannonball into. It's like something that we literally resist until, eclipses happen or retrogrades happen, and we're kind of forced to get into those energies, however that may look for each and every one of us. It's different. So we're going to jump into the incoming energy, see what we can see, and then we'll grab some advice. Let me... Ooh, we with the Justice, though, one of the first cards out for you. That's beautiful. That is your card as well, Libra. What's incoming for Libra, please, Spirit? Thank you. Thank you. You got that Ace of Swords hopped out like, yeah, no. Clarity is coming. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Temperance, and, drumroll please, 2 of Wands. Strength on the bottom. Feels like the collective has been getting this 5 of Pents in reverse like this. And with the Temperance, what this is really about is Libra. This feeling of being hurt. This feeling of being handicapped. This feeling of being not enough. This feeling of being left out. This feeling of being outcast. This feeling of being disconnected. These quote-unquote limitations, whatever it may be, whether this is like people that bring you down, whether this is internal stuff, programming and conditioning from, family structures, regardless of what this 5 of Pentacles is for you, in reverse with the Temperance, this is the Divine's way of saying Libra is going to be working with this energy. Oh, I don't have enough. I'll never have enough. I can't make enough. In a lot of the depictions of the 5 of Pentacles, you'll see somebody, basically sitting there crying, and you'll see a door, and the door is locked. So they're basically crying because they can't get through this door, which on the other side of the door is the 10 of Pentacles. It's the legacy. It's the wealth. It's the abundance. It's the family. It's all of the things, right? But in the depiction, especially in that Light Seer's Tarot, which is one of my favorite depictions of the 5 of Pentacles, you see she's looking down, she's crying, head in her lap, the door's locked. But if she was to just lift her head up and turn and look toward the door, she would see that the key to the door is literally leaning up in the corner of the room. So basically, it's like whatever you feel you can't have, wherever you feel you can't get because of this, that, and the third, because of this person, the key is right here. It's in the vicinity. The thing here is we have to shift our attention. We have to be able to pull ourselves up out of the poor me, I can't, however it manifests, and we have to open up to the divine and say, okay, where's my key? What is my key? And a lot of times that key may be something that scares the shit out of us. It's like, oh, but I can't do that because of this, that, and that. But that is where your power lies. And I think that has a lot to do with this Root Girl card, where there's a part of you that you perceive to be like less than or some type of hurt or some type of, downfall, or that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's like this handicap that you think you have. And I think it's really going to turn out that that's your power when you wield that sword correctly. So with the Temperance and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, have patience, Libra, and work with this energy and alchemize it. This is where you become that master alchemist and you turn whatever this lead is into gold. What came through with it? 2 of Wands, 7 of Wands, with the 8 of Swords and the Strength on the bottom. So the 2 and the 7 of Wands together is the 9 of Wands. You'll hear people say that's the wounded warrior, right? And to me, the 9 of Wands and the Strength are very similar energies. It's this energy of, oh, would you look at that? And right under that Strength is that 10 of Pentacles we were talking about. Wow. And right under that is the Lovers. So whether this is 6 of Cups, wow, this is some deep stuff that you're working through, whether it is relationships, whether it's work, whether it's financial, whether it's familial, regardless of what this is, the divine is saying, Libra, you are almost there. Keep it pushing, my babies. Stay optimistic, stay moving forward, and hold the freaking line, because you are so much closer than you think. This is about you taking this clarity, taking your sword of truth, your sword of understanding that you have gained through your trip up the mountain. You've learned so much. You are moving from a different state of consciousness. This is about you taking that clarity, that idea, that conversation, that sword, that truth, and setting yourself free, speaking your truth and aligning with what is true for you at the deepest level. The Seven of Wands is Mars in Leo energy. Mars being the god of war. Leo being, to me, it's that heart space. It's our heart, right? It's our most authentic space. It beats through our entire being. So the god of war being in the sign of Leo is like, I'm here. This is me, period. I'm holding the line in my authenticity, and that is that. And anything that is trying to pull me down, block me, stop me, tell me I can't, whether it's within or without, I'm setting myself free from it. I'm cutting that cord. I'm cutting ties, and I'm going toward what it is my heart is calling me toward. My legacy, my abundance, that family life I dream of, that job, that career, that business I dream of, that income I dream of, multiple streams of income, right? I always say, to me, the 10 of Pence is that legacy. So the divine, I think, needs Libra to know that you're almost there, and it's just a matter of persevering, really diving deep right now, disconnecting a little bit, and remaining optimistic and positive, knowing that the divine has your back. Be still and know. So what is the advice here for Libra? Please, Spirit. What's the advice for Libra? Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles flipped over, but it didn't come out. So this is something very internal for you. And let's see what came out with it. Damn, the Magician and the Sun. Libra, this really is a wish fulfillment. It's also a deep awakening and rising to higher levels of consciousness and awareness. Some of you, this has been like a spiritual awakening energy for you, and anything that isn't vibrating at that frequency is kind of naturally falling away, right? What is the advice for Libra? So you got that Three of Wands again, with the Page and the Knight of Swords, and then the World. 10 of Wands. Yeah, I think that you are being called to set yourself free, to end something, to close the door on a chapter. Some of you are even being called to literally like move away, move somewhere. And you're like, but I have this here and that here and this, whatever it is, the divine needs you to follow your heart at this time. And the Nine of Pentacles, with it staying in but wanting to be seen, this has a lot to do with inner work, healing, with viewing your reality as a reflection of you and looking deeper and going deeper. And the divine is saying, whatever work you put in is going to pay tenfold. This is literally you moving into your Garden of Eden. This is every bit of your strength, perseverance, and hard work paying off. This is also the nines and the difference between the nines and the tens, the nines are very much internal. It's very much me. So Eight of Pentacles is like, I'm working on me. I'm growing. I'm cultivating better habits, when it comes to my daily routines, but also my internal monologue. And this is where you're starting to see the results from that. And then as within, so without, then it starts reflecting out into your everyday reality. So the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords is not only showing me how much you've grown and that you literally are leveling up, ascending, and moving into the next quote-unquote level of your journey, but this is like whatever that new idea is, whatever that download is, whatever that conversation is, whatever that new thing is, that spark, this is about you moving forward with it. Drop it down in the comments. What is this for you? What is this decision that you're being called to make? First, it starts as an idea or a download or inspiration, and this is where we're kind of acting on that. We're going with that. We're making progress on that line of thought, right? Of consciousness. With the World, the King of Cups, it's like you're moving into a world that fulfills you. You're closing out a chapter that you really had to do a lot of healing through because of everything you've been through, right? But I think you're reaching this new level of consciousness, this new level of emotional maturity. I think you're reaching new levels of divine connection as well, where it's like, I feel my guides, I see my guides, I see the signs and synchronicities, and we're having this conversation all the time. And I'm moving from that space. I'm no longer doubting myself. I'm no longer doubting my intuition. I'm not going to gaslight myself anymore. When I feel it, when Spirit says it, I know it, and so it is. Closing doors and moving forward. Hanged Man, Tower. No longer staying in these situations, these relationships that are painful, that hurt, that are not working, that are suffocating us, that are making us feel claustrophobic. But always remember as well, it is our own soul, our own higher self that brought us into all of these situations for a deeper purpose, because on a soul level, on the level of our spirit, we are evolving, we are growing, we are learning through these situations. So the Hanged Man, usually with the halo around their head, has that halo, became enlightened and illuminated through being stuck upside down for a time, to the point where it changed the Hanged Man's perspective on the world, right? And so I think you're seeing things completely differently, and I think you're ready to cultivate balance and happiness in your life. No more betrayal, no more loss, no more endings, no more hurt. We're not going to dwell on that. We're going to set ourselves free and move toward our victory. Chariot. And to me, this is kind of like an entire Three of Wands again. This is like a whole collective energy right now. I think everybody's been getting the Chariot, and this is all about being in alignment, mind, body, and spirit, with the divine's plan and everything coming together. It is the card of victory. That looks different for everyone, though. And how do we get that victory? We come into alignment with ourselves. We come into alignment with the divine, and we let the divine move us and guide us to where we need to be. So it really is an awakening. It's a release. It's a healing. It's probably one of the deepest transformations, Libra, that you've been through, or one of them for sure. And it's going to pay off in ways that I don't even think you can imagine, right? So keep it going. Perseverance, strength here. Let's grab some oracle cards. It takes a lot, Libra. But when these karmic energetic scales are balanced, there's limitless possibilities for what we can create and do. Let's grab a message from Libra's mind. Spirit, what's a message from Libra's mind, please? Thank you. As this card comes out, the train starts blowing by. We have miracles and we have listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. That's exactly what your advice was, to put it simply. And please realize how powerful you are, Libra. Every word you speak internally and externally is extremely powerful. It is a spell. Words are spells. That is why it's called spelling. So start speaking the spells that you would like to manifest in your life, even internally. And I think this is a big part of it, is where we're actually seeing how much we limit ourselves and defeat ourselves. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. How much of a role we ourselves and our programming and conditioning play in us feeling stuck and, manifesting the same BS over and over again, and feeling like we can't get to our abundance or this love that we desire, or whatever it may be. Whoop, miracles. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all of the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles are all around you. Be on the lookout for them. So trying to see the good in the situations we're in. Knowing that everything that is happening for us. And ultimately it's our own higher self, bringing us through all of these situations. And my babies, y'all are evolving. Y'all are really ascending. We tend to think, especially when we first start awakening, we tend to think that spirituality has to look a certain type of way, and that everything is like love and light, and that we have to like talk in a certain way and do all this weird shit and like dress differently. But really, Libra, this is the spiritual work. Diving deep into the depths, into the underworld, facing those parts of ourselves that we would rather think are not parts of ourselves, right? Seeing those parts reflected back to us, and really, with grace, moving through, accepting, loving, forgiving, releasing, and growing, right? So now we'll grab a message from the cosmos for Libra. Remember that you can't change anyone but yourself, my babies. Stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders, and look around for some signs. The universe is speaking to you. Definitely probably speaking through music at this time, Libra. What songs have you been hearing? What messages have you been getting through music? Drop it down in the comments, and feel free to link the songs if you feel guided to. Maybe it'll help somebody else on their path as well. And like I said, let me know what numbers you have been seeing. Drop that sun and that star emoji down in the comment section. And if you're in the live, in the premiere, swipe over to the comment section. Drop that sun and that star, you guys. Your interaction with the channel helps so much. It helps these videos hit the algorithm so more people can see them, which in turn really helps me at the end of the day, and it makes it so I can continue to do these videos for free and bring y'all this content, right? It's appreciated. Message for Libra. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love with El Moira. You also got Archangel Michael coming through. Trusting heaven. You are safe. Your angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. That's the second time you got this card of miracles. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. With the divine, all things are possible, family. Keep that faith and trust in the divine at this time. Let's grab a message from the Divine Mother before we close. And I want to take a second before we do that to thank you, Libra Placements. Thank you, Collective, for being here in this space with me. Thank you for being patient as I am literally right here with y'all, rolling with these punches, going through these transformations, zipping through these portals myself. We swimming through the void, and we are all just walking each other home. So thank you for being here on this journey with me, and thank you for your patience as well. Ma, what's the message for Libra? Thank you. Wow. Check it out. This is it. She arrests the flow of negativity, particularly that of our own making. She transforms our karma from that which hinders our joy to that which can create true happiness. As you seek refuge in her, you're protected from gossip, slander, and any other form of negativity from others. A positive turning of the tide of good fortune is predicted. It may not have been easy, Libra, but the wheel is turning in your favor. Maybe the old wheel needed to be broken, crushed, smashed, right? But it's turning in your favor, family. And you also got Devi Makali. No matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you've made, Kali is here for you always. Yours is the safety and sanctuary of her divine love. She's your soft place to fall and your kindest and most enthusiastic advocate. Let her shift your experience from endless tasks and ever greater expectations into sweet relief and comforting connection. Now I'm going to grab one last card from this Threads of Fate. I'm just going to show you whatever card comes through and drop it down in the comments what this card says or speaks to you. What is the last message for Libra, please, Spirit? Also, make sure you slap that thumbs up in all of those YouTube things, you guys, if you're able to take something. If you get spiritual food, clarity, confirmation through this channel, it is always appreciated if you hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that as well so you get notifications whenever we drop. The algorithm can be funny style sometimes, and it unsubscribes people, and it sometimes wants to put my videos out and sometimes doesn't. So the more you subscribe and hit that thumbs up and everything, the more this channel is able to grow. You got a couple of them, okay? First, surrender. Higher perspective. Again, Libra, with speak truth. And the last card, 1111, gang, gang. It is the pillars. This 1111 is a doorway into a new world. What this new world consists of is solely based off of our frequency. What we think, what we are, what we take in, mind, body, spirit, food, music, television, all of that. Our traumas, what are we holding on to? Our new world consists of our own frequency. So right now is the time to get your energy right, to get your frequency right, and to soar through this portal into alignment with your dream come true, with your happiness, with your joy, with your abundance, with your manifestations. Libra, gang, gang. I hope you're able to take something from this message. I hope it helped. I hope, if anything, at the very least, it was entertaining for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I can't say it enough. Thank you, Libra. Thank you. I love you all. I appreciate you all so much. And I hope to see y'all around. Peace.